Who's heard of Royalburn? A couple of people? Yeah, cool. So we're a farm up on the Crown Terrace. We've got great sunlight hours up there. So we're on the terrace, this terrace slopes sort of northwest, and we capture a lot of sunlight during the summer especially. And it's got great, lovely sort of Bar Hill based soil, so we can grow very quality produce.
More than chard.
Way more than chard, but just a really short growth window, right? But to come back to the initial point that John had sort of said when he called me, was like, look, can we talk a little about like local food and what that looks like?
Like, we would be happy, say, if you went to the market and what you were getting was from Otago or Southland area, we would consider that local in the current context.
You know, if I go to the supermarket in general, if it says it's grown in New Zealand, I'm usually pretty happy with that.
I'd say 85 to 90, it's probably more like 95% of what we produce for all eggs and all green produce for a start stays basically inside this basin. And there's some of the meat goes a little bit further afield, but generally speaking, we don't export.
But Sydney is as close as Dunedin travel time wise. So local means different things.
With food is when does the cost of the actual transport cost more than the actual food?
Yeah.
And that defines that distance.
Royalburn, like from the retail perspective, is really only 12 months old. So we are very new to it, and there's there's been a very steep learning curve. But I'd say primarily what we've learned is scale is still important. Like it's as much as I'd love to say that there's room for hundreds of small growers, and kudos and pat on the people if people want to do that. But for that to be a viable enterprise where you can employ people to look after it and grow that and give you a weekend off, you kind of need to have staff, which means you need to have a certain level of turnover, which means you need a certain level of scale.